Charles Barkley actually brought up. He kind of brought up a good point on the Lakers, how everything keeps changing around this team and they keep making excuses, but the only things that don't change is LeBron and AD. We're gonna check it out and then we'll chime in afterwards.
So you said as we began the night, Chuckster, as Dallas played without Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, this was all about the Lakers.
And the Lakers proved to what I keep saying. The Lakers stink, plain and simple. We have to talk about them because the media is infatuated with the Lakers. But the Lakers are not a good team. They got zero athletic ability. I mean, when you watch them, Jason Kidd coached a masterpiece tonight. We can go one-on-one, get any shot we want. They got a good shot every time. The Lakers could never keep them in front of them. This was a coaching masterpiece by Jason Kidd because there's no way that team that the Mavs put out there, especially one winning by 20. You know what bothers me? Why I hate the Lakers?
Why? Why?
Why do you hate the Lakers? Chuck, tell us.
Why I hate the Lakers? It's always somebody else's fault. Remember 3 years ago, it was Russell Westbrook's fault. Then it was Frank Vogel's fault. Then it was D'Angelo Russell's fault. Then it was Darvin Ham's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. The Lakers listen, LeBron is one of the all-time greats. AD is a hell of a player. That's it. The rest of the guys are just guys. Every team got those guys. And it bothers me. Listen, you don't always blame other people for your shortcomings.
But I don't know if other people have those guys, that means that they should be playing better because
they don't have AD and LeBron.
But you got AD and LeBron. So my point is, it's got to do with style of play, got to do with
effort, Kenny.
Effort.
Yeah,
Come on, Kenny. This is the same thing we've been saying for 3 or 4 years. They blame Frank Vogel. They blame Darvin Ham. They fired both of those guys. Then remember it was Russell Last a few years ago.
But I mean,
last year was D'Angelo Russell.
Yo, that list is long as hell, man. I'm not gonna lie. That list is long as hell. But they do blame everybody. They do blame everybody.
That's always been Lakers' way, let's be honest, is really scapegoating shit.
But will Charles Barkley be allowed to talk like that on ESPN? Because that is low-key the LeBron James network.
No, of course not.
This is gonna be the inside the fucking TNT show, man. The inside the NBA. This is gonna be interesting on that network, yo. It's gonna be super interesting. They're gonna be talking so much smack. I don't know if it's gonna be Disney friendly.
Oh, they got bought by ESPN, or their licenses on ESPN now, or what?
Yeah, their license. It's still a TNT show, but it's gonna be on ESPN.
Oh wow! So you're gonna get I wouldn't be surprised you see a Stephen A. Smith collaboration.
You know what? From what I've heard, Stephen A. Smith and them got nothing to do with it, bro. Like they want that to be a whole separate thing.
Really? So they're competing with themselves?
No, you know what it is? It's almost like ESPN has never liked their shows around the NBA. So them going out to buy it, it is what it is.
Bro, but Steven he's the face of he's the face of the channel since what, 2015?
No. What I'm saying is Stephen A. Smith, what it is, he's probably the face of the channel for all sports, but them actually having an NBA show on their network has never been good.
Oh, they're not happy. They always change personnels.
Yeah. So now they avoided that. Now they have their show.
Yeah, they're. Let's see what happens because now Amazon's on the rise and they brought new faces.
Yeah, Amazon is on the rise.
And they got Blake and they got Dirk, so it's gonna be interesting. And how conversating in the NBA, and they'll have more freedom than Disney, so it'll be interesting on how the shit goes over there.
Mm-hmm. But you notice how Charles Barkley talked about they blame Westbrook.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about that earlier, how they dragged his reputation almost to the ground. And I've always thought that right there actually has hurt the Lakers' chances of getting free agents.
Oh, 100%. Bro, but the Lakers knew what they signed up for. You know what you sign up with when you play with LeBron. Guys have to change their game, Chris Bosh was an inside player, and he had to change his game into be much more of a defensive rim protector, a center, full on, stretch the floor kind of guy. Kevin Love had to become a pure stretch four where he's in the corner shooting threes. The league with LeBron, your game changes, especially if you're the third option. And Like I don't know why like people are just catching on to that now, like as of late, or the media is just catching on to it now. I always felt that way, like watching LeBron and the championship runs. Is you need to play a certain way with LeBron.
Hmm. Now,
Like the game is gonna go a lot slower. He's gonna have the ball 99.9% of the time, so you have to accept like you have to accept the fact that you're not getting your touches all the time, or you're not going to be able to create unless you're obviously Kyrie Irving or Dwayne Wade. Even Dwayne Wade, he was on the decline, so it was a lot easier for LeBron to be that sole player. And Kyrie, you get like the 40 to 50% responsibility as a ball handler, and you're a good off ball player, so that benefits you. But you look at the third options throughout the Lakers' time, right? I think obviously we see Russell Westbrook, his play kind of declined. Chris Bosh had to take on new responsibilities, which turned him into a Hall of Fame player. So I'm not going to shit on it all that much. You look at Kevin Love, his role kind of deteriorated, and like you could tell it really affected him in the start of his Cleveland term. Kyle Kuzma left. Kyle Kuzma wanted that Washington trade because he wanted to be a bigger player. So it's a lot of sacrifices. A lot of people don't like to discuss. Oh, a lot of people don't want to discuss that kind of like the sacrifices in your game, especially when you're playing with LeBron. Like it's huge.
yeah, it is a large
Yeah.
sacrifice.
And there's a lot of like examples. Russell Westbrook isn't the first one. Like
Nope.
I think, did you hear me when I brought up like Kevin Love,
Yeah,
Kyle Kuzma, and those guys?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So,
Jay Crowder. There's
yeah.
a lot of guys, man. It's a lot.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas is another one.
Yeah.
What's it? Rodney Hood. Remember
Yeah.
Jordan Clarkson was in Cleveland. None of those guys got burned, and those guys were cooking where they were at.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of those guys had issues with playing with LeBron. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy.
It's not easy. It's a more responsibility. I think the only player that really suits LeBron is Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis and like a real catch and shoot. A Klay
Yeah.
Thompson would too.
Klay Thompson would, yes.
Yeah.
Because those guys don't demand the ball.
Yep. Klay doesn't really dribble. Like LeBron could do all the
Yeah.
dribbling. But yeah, like if
Yeah.
LeBron has all the responsibility on the Lakers, then he has to get the blame. But like Charles Barkley said, we've seen the blame keep getting shifted.